everything might be stacked against our favor. But despite that, if we take 100% responsibility of how we show up, and I think one of the most important area where we can take responsibility is what we consume. It's very hard to take responsibility of the fact that you feel low because you ate bad quality food. It's not because of the external environment, the life situation, the narcissist, the empath, the toxic people. No, it's simply because you chose to eat junk food. That's why your body feels lethargic. It's not in its best state. Your brain does not function well. You're not able to connect the dots. It's simply because of that. All right. Welcome back to the channel, and it's a pleasure to talk to you today. I'm excited because in a way I'm not feeling good, but in a way I'm trying to break my mental patterns, which I spoke about last week. And today, what comes to my mind is taking full responsibility of whatever happens to you. I realize that so many times, most of us blame outside circumstances. Oh, this happened, so I'm not in the best stage because of this. Oh, he did this to me. Or my life circumstances are such that it does not allow me to be the greatest possible version of myself. And all of us can be true. It is true. I'm not taking away the fact that life is hard. There are things in our lives where, for a fact, everything might be stacked against our favor. But despite that, if we take 100% responsibility of how we show up or how we live our lives, it shifts an energy in the energy grid. It shifts your mental pattern. It's not now what others can do for you or what the world can do for you. It's what about, hey, let me look at my life and see what can I improve in my day. Did I do any mistakes? Can I improve on my skills? Am I doing what I'm saying? Or am I just complaining too much? Or do I really put in the work and the efforts? Do I need to do something differently? Do I need to change myself? Do I need to change my mentality? All these questions come up when you start taking responsibility for your own self. And I think one of the most important area where we can take responsibility is what we consume. We have 5 senses through which we can communicate through this world, which are our eyes, what we see. Are we seeing what is good for us? Or are we listening to the voices or the songs, the music, the movies that actually enhance the quality of our life? Or are they suppressing the quality of our life and taking away the power that we have? We are responsible for what we consume. Nobody is making us consume. If you don't like it, just stop it. What I felt is it makes a massive difference. If we stop listening to popular music, which is very in a victim mindset, it's always about I lost you, or or I am so miserable, or I want revenge, or I'm angry, those negative frequencies, if you listen to it a lot, you become a part of that frequency, you become that energy. Now we are in total control of what you can and cannot listen. You can just shut it off. We also complain about that we do not feel too good. We feel very low. And what I realized is a massive percentage of how we feel is directly linked with what we eat. If we eat bad, we will feel bad. The kind of foods that we are consuming right now is high sugar and highly processed foods, which are not good for our body. Our body takes massive amount of time, energy and effort to process all that. And those chemicals are keeping us in a loop of wanting more of that, despite our body feeling tired and drained of processing it. When we eat sugar, we feel like it is really good for our system. It feels nice, but our body is facing the consequences of having to break it down and having an excess of that ingredient in the body. So this is where I think taking responsibility of our lives makes a massive difference. We do not need to consume those foods. We can change our diets. We have the power of restricting the amount of times we eat certain foods. So most of the time when we start blaming other people for the circumstances or the situation which we are in our lives, it's not 100% true. Even if it is, we can still influence the way we show up and way we feel about that particular incident in a much better way if we control what we see, what we listen, and what we eat. What goes in through our senses has a major impact on the state of well-being that we are in currently. And sometimes when you are at the rock bottom, or when you are kind of sleepwalking, you do not know what you're doing, it's very hard to accept that. It's very hard to take responsibility of the fact that you feel low because you ate bad quality food. It's not because of the external environment, the life situation, the narcissist, the empath, the toxic people. No, it's simply because you chose to eat junk food or high amount of sugar. That's why your body feels lethargic. It feels like it's not in its best state. Your brain does not function well. You're not able to connect the dots. You feel lazy. It's simply because of that. So taking responsibility can indeed change the way you think and change the way you live your life. So that's it for today's video. Until next time, walk in faith.